just mining. It seems to be a staple of this game. Evening all, welcome back to the channel. So you may note that we are in a different system entirely. I have found a nine planet system, which tends to be quite good. And we're going to show you if this works. Oh, finally it works. It didn't work earlier. I tried to do this video earlier and it didn't work. We're going to build a network node. We're going to build a base. And I'm going to show you how easy it is. I have distributed Pyrex palaces throughout the cluster. And they are glorious, I can tell you. We're going to basically build a bit of a base. And the reason for doing this is we have come loaded. We have got all the bits. Well, we don't have all the bits, but I basically bought what I could grab. Because I want to set up in this system because basically all the ore keeps disappearing. And we're going to have a little chat about all the interesting and exciting things that, unfortunately, the game is suffering at the moment. Things like portable equipment, facilities being lootable. Yeah, really, really wise move to do that. So basically, it's just ridiculous. I'm putting D2 fuel in there. That's how I roll. 15 days, thank you very much. Right, what else can we build? And I'm just going to show you how I do it now. So I think the refinery is probably the first thing. So let's just build one. Oh, damn it, can only build one. Is that a printer S? I think it is. New build system's pretty nice. It's very reminiscent of obviously the POS structures in Eve, which give me huge crises. Can I build an assembler? I can, good. So basically you no longer really need to keep stuff stored in portable storage. You can actually just use these things to do it. And we'll show you how we do that as we go. So I think that's me out of, yes, so we need to go and basically mine. I didn't bring anything to go and mine. So let's start probably with some normal rock. Oh gosh, I hope we have all the belts. Yeah, natural, there we go. So I'll go and mine this and I'll be right back. Right, we're on our way back. So we've just done a couple of runs there. So we went and got all three of the ores. Put up a little bit of portable storage and a little bit of portable refining. But basically this is just to get us going. What we need to do is make the blue drinks. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. Let's see, is this refined? Yep, let's just eject that. Good, so I think let's build portable printer. Basically what I do is I do a bit of a strategy until everything's kind of up and running. I just basically run portable printers to run the easier way to make the blue, orange, grey drinks. You'll see what I mean in just a minute. So within here you have obviously reinforced alloys, my thermal composites and carbon weave. I call them blue, orange and grey drink because it's just easier, right? And the smart printer S needs obviously base minerals to do that. Whereas the printer, the portable printer, you could do them with intermediates, which for now, given that there's an abundance of ore, I'm okay with. So let's just continue making this. Yeah, but I'm surprised that worked. Let's see. So carbonaceous ore, bish. There we go. Obviously lots of fuel there as well. So in the portable printer, just to make reinforced, we can do that. So, oh no, not quite yet. We need to do the metal ore, so we just need to recycle that. And then we've got some, basically, I don't know, quite a bit actually. We've got quite a bit of ore coming out of that. So let's continue. So I'll carry on mining and then we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. So basically, yeah, what we're doing now is just finishing off. I can just see they're not aligned, but I'll live with it. What we've been doing is basically just mining. It seems to be a staple of this game. I don't think I can unload that. That's annoying. Let's just build a few more storage. Obviously the storage now is pretty unfavorable because it can be looted by anyone. But to be honest, you'd have to be pretty unlucky. Unless you're living in a high volume area, if you're literally being robbed, it's because you're unlucky. But then again, you can find everybody everywhere at all times. I won't tell you how, because if you know, you know. But basically that's the tool that we've been using to find somewhere where not a lot of people are living. And so far, I'd say it's worked out quite well for us, but let's see. So I think we've got that full. Okay, let's just put this into cook. I generally do bring more things with me when I do this, but I've just decided not to do that this time just because why not? And what you do, so let me explain the premise. So the idea is 3 portable refineries, 1 for silicates or common ore, 1 for carbonaceous ore, 1 for metal, and then 3 medium refineries, again, 1 for the silicates, 1 for carbon, and 1 for metal rich ores. And then you have 3 printers, 1 for each of the drinks, the blue, orange, grey, and then a printer at the bottom for foam. Do that, and that's the quickest way to farm where you don't really need ever portable storage other than just to transfer from one to the other. We'll show that. We'll put it, I will demonstrate it thusly. Let's just finish off that. We're just doing refining at the moment. Okay, let's bung that into a storage. Okay, so I think we can actually build a few more refineries. Let's just build that. So metal silicates may not have enough. Yep, silicates, there we go. 96. I think what we'll do is just bring that back to like 42. That's 3 refineries, I think. And then we'll build some thermal composites. I don't know if we have enough for that, but again, let's see. But you see, it's not as efficient, but it's quick. And when you're setting up a base, quickness is everything. Right, it's going to be a pain. Let's just bung that in, empty one. And then thermals just need silicates and carbonaceous. So you see what I've done there? It's relatively simple. Can I do 2? I can do 2. Woohoo! So there we go. So this now gives us basically all we need. Let's just finish that one. And now we can basically just finish the refineries. So let's just find those. So let's just do those 2. And let's build our refineries. There we go. And then we can start to really focus on getting mineral production up because we don't want to rely too much on intermediates if we can avoid it. Again, I like the aligning system. It's very nice. Let's just try that again. I press the button. There we go. So basically the idea is, oh wow, that's a good fit I think that is pretty much good. And then what you do is just to make it beautiful, just make it sort of line under that. I think we can build another one. This is good. I like this. This is my standard base now. Basically, this is the only sort of thing that I'm building. And let's just bring that back into the... It's a little bit close. Let's just push it out a tiny bit. Boosh. Right. 3 refineries. So let's just rename them. So this is going to be common. Oh. This one is going to be... what do they call it? Carbonaceous. Carbon portable. And then this one will be metal. Metal port. Boosh. And then we can name this one because it's underneath the metal one. Oh yes, you have to do this in the thing. So let me just come out in. Oh, I forgot about that. So in here you do it under edit. This is metal refinery. Save. Boosh. And that's done as well. So we've got a bit more ore there. Let's see, can we make anything additionally? Probably not. I think we can actually. We need the carbonaceous ore. So we'll let that all kind of anchor and refine. Let's just make sure my cargo hold is empty. So let's just bung those there. And then pretty much the next thing to do is to build the printers. Now to build printers, I think we need... Oh, okay, it's only the blue drink. We probably are a bit far off building minerals yet. I don't think we have enough for that. Oh, we do actually. I lie to you. There we go, 56. And we've got 20 circuits. But I think circuitry here is cheaper as well. So let's just see if we can build that. Because again, the idea is you have then a printer for each thing. So you then have basically unlimited storage. You actually can store an infinite amount of minerals in there, which is, again, a bit breaky, but there we go. So what do we need? That and that. What can we get? 5. Okay, fine. Fine. So that should build another, 2? Maybe. Let's have a look. So build. Let's put the bits in my hanger first. That's stupid. So we've got 25 of those, and we've got an awful lot of those built. Okay, so now what we do is we just place here. Again, I'm enjoying the base building component, but let's see how long, because the thing with POS and EVE Online is it became a screaming baby mechanic, and never enjoyed that. Always thought that was a bad move. There we go, it's about right. We'll replace the portable at some point. Can I do another? No. Oh well. But that gives us, blue eventually, 3 there with a 4th for foam, because what we can then start to do is mass produce foam. These portables will come down, so again, we don't mind they're not aligned terribly well. But as you can see, it's quite ordered, quite structured. I think it's good. You can also use the assembler to store stuff as well, so just bear that in mind if you need to. Right, so we will then pause and we will continue mining, so bear with me. Let's just, hang on. What do we need to mine? I think pretty much it's going to be carbonaceous ore. So we'll pause there and we'll be right back. Right, we're back in the room. Let's just online these things. Just going to edit them as well. So this is silicates, I believe. Let's save that. I think that's done. Yep, silicates. And then if that one is metal, this one is carbon. Let's just switch them on again. So online, edit, carbon. There we go. Save. Don't like saving them mid update. There we go. So that should work. Hopefully it did. There we go. Okay, so we've got basically the right thing. So we've just done carbonaceous ore, so we'll just refine this now in the carbonaceous bit. Let's just bang these into some storage. Oops, no, find an empty one. No, not that one. Oh, that one. Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So, all right, we might have to think about this. So let's see. Is this still going? Okay, that's not. So I can bang that there. I know we're not doing it right, but let's just go with it. So carbonaceous ore, right. Always be careful of the output volume. So I'm just going to do a little bit less. There we go. Start. Right. Let's start from the top. So carbon ore, that's empty. So we'll put some ice in there. Okay, fine. Let's just continue to build. I think do we, actually I don't know if we need any now I think about it. Well, we kind of do. I'm tempted to maybe not build something just from that. Maybe let's try and do minerals. So let's just start to load the silicates one. So silicates, so we can bung that in there. Again, keeping maximum mind to the output volume. So nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. Okay, so we could start that. It'll take a while, 26 minutes. This is where it starts to hurt a little bit, but to be honest with you, it's worth doing because you do get a lot more. So carbon is carbonaceous minerals, and this works. I find this has so far been the nicest way to do this. There we go. So we'll start that, and again, if we go here, this will. Okay, so we're using that one slightly incorrectly, but that's fine. We need to find the one that had. Is it the middle one? Carbon. Where did I see that? Maybe it's already delivered and I didn't spot it. There we go. So we've got water. So we've got fuel. Boosh. Nice. I think that's probably it. And then really everything else. So what tends to happen now is that these become mineral holders. But really what you're going to do is you're going to set this to be your mineral holder. So you'll have, if you've got 1 million units of heavy metals, don't bung them anywhere else now. Just put them in the printer. And you can then balance between all of them. So here we would have that. For the next one, we would then store silicates. And carbonaceous materials would be the one you share, as well as feldspar, because feldspar is used here as well. So those are, just bear that in mind, because carbon weave is just carbon. So you basically balance your minerals. And then what you do is you then have a third printer, which, can I make more chips? Let's have a look. I think I've just literally thrown everything in. Okay, that's fine. But you then have a third printer, or fourth printer rather, that then becomes foam. And that's where you store all of the outputs. So in a foam printer somewhere, I can't remember which base we've got, there's enough in there to build a Tades, basically. And we're using that to build foam, because foam is then what you turn into turrets and printer M's and so on. So you do need them. But I think that is a really good sort of, this is the typical way that I do it, only now because basically they've changed the way that portables work. So anyone can steal portables. So if I wish to, I could literally steal my own fuel, which I think is not a bad idea to kind of have in the game. I do quite like it, but I think it's going to cause drama. But there we go. And I think that's pretty much it. We then just need to build a shipyard, which I don't know if we have enough for that. Yes, we do. So let's build a shipyard, because what I tend to do in every system as well is have a shipyard and a refuge, because then you can just basically buzz. So in here, there's actually a raised inoculator as well. They tend not to actually give cans in there. I think they're a bit broken. So we probably won't necessarily rush to run that, but I do like that it's basically there. I think that looks quite nice down a tiny bit. Boosh. So we have a shipyard. Nice. And basically that's it. So this has worked quite well for me. It means you don't really have to worry about storage at all. You process the first process in the portables. They then get put for the long mineral kind of run into the refineries. The refineries then unload into your printers, and then you make, you know, the blue, orange and grey drinks from it, and then you bung those into the foam, and then basically that gives you the ability to then scale and from there. So there we go. I quite like this cycle. I am enjoying this. This is my 5th base that I have now built, and I'm actually enjoying it. So, you know, hopefully you are as well. But, you know, it's definitely worth a play. Hope you enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.